All right, what is going on, everybody? So we have wrapped up the 2022 NFL Draft, and the Rams have made their picks, and we're gonna go ahead and quickly just do a quick little run through of who they picked up. My quick thoughts on what I initially think of them. Uh, there's a good mixed bag. It's some of these players I really don't know a whole lot about. I'll have to look into them more as the days go on, as we get into training camp, stuff like that. But overall, I'm relatively pleased. You know, relatively pleased. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is my oh come on now. This is my favorite pick right here, Logan Bruss. Let's see. Yep, Logan Bruss was picked. Round three, pick 104. He was a guard out of Wisconsin. He uh, he played both tackle and guard for them. He actually played tackle more. And the good thing about him is, he's has a reputation for being pretty effective as a guard. He's physical. He's big, and he's a bit of a mauler. And the man hasn't given up a sack since 2019. Well, he's only given up one sack. Pardon me. Pardon me. He's given up one sack since 2019, and the same scout on the Rams who pounded the table for Cooper Kupp and for Jordan Fuller pounded the table for this man. So that alone should get you excited. I think Logan Bruss is going to plug in right and play right away. I think he'll win that right guard spot next to Rob Havenstein and Brian Allen, and I look forward to seeing him play. I'm very excited to see how he does, because I've been a big advocate for getting a little tougher, a little stronger on the O line. Not that they did a bad job last year, because they in fact did a pretty good job, much better than I anticipated. But if from a critical eye, I just feel like we could get a little better. That's just me, and I think Logan Bruss has the potential to help us with that. So this one's the one I'm most excited about. So there's him. South Carolina State cornerback Jacoby Durant, round four, pick 142. This is someone who, he's I don't know a whole lot about. He's South Carolina State. He's on the smaller side, but I understand he was like a ball hawking kind of defender. And he was good at good at getting a lot of interceptions from what I hear. But I'm excited to see him. We're kind of low on the DB spectrum. We have Jalen and we lost a few other cornerbacks, so we got him and we got a bunch of other guys too. So it's going to be interesting to see how they all kind of develop when training camp starts, and see who stands out, this, that, and the other. Notre Dame running back Kyrie Williams was picked at round five, 164. Don't know a lot about this guy either, but evidently he's very good at pass blocking, which is, I think, one of the reasons why Sean went ahead and picked him up. Because I do feel like Sean wants to get back to going to the empty sets a lot more than he did last year. I think that if he could have played the empty sets more successfully, that he would have last year. Unfortunately, it just didn't work. Our line collapsed way too quickly, and Stafford didn't have enough time to get it to the receivers, and the receivers didn't have enough time to like go deep down the field, because I believe ultimately they want to attack deep. So this guy is evidently pretty good at pass blocking. He's on the smaller side, but he's a physical runner, and I'm actually kind of curious to see how he does. I'll be keeping my eye on this one for sure. UCLA safety Quentin Lake was picked round six, pick 211. Don't know a lot about this guy either, but he's heard he has a lot of the same kind of physical attributes as Jordan Fuller. So I kind of see him more as a special teams contributor. From this point on, I see more of these guys as a lot of these guys playing more special teams, kind of reserve players. But you know, we I wonder, I just don't know, because I don't know what's going on with like Terrell Burgess, because he's ideally, if I wanted to choose, he'd be our like free safety, but he didn't play a whole lot last year. I know he had that injury, that ankle injury 2 years ago, and I'm beginning to wonder if maybe that affected him in some way, because I don't know, they I think there's something going on that we just don't know about him, but I'd like to see more of him, but with Quentin Lake, perhaps it's just more of a depth piece. I guess I don't know, but he's a California guy, so welcome to the team. Think he'll do all right. DeAndre Kendrick was selected, another cornerback, round six, pick 212. This is the Rams went heavy in the cornerback department, which is something I agree with. We were very kind of low on defensive backs, so I'm glad he did this. Um, Georgia had a heck of a defense, man. So any defenders from Georgia, I feel like, is a good pick. And finally, and we get a pick from the SEC too, man. The Rams don't pick a lot of guys from the SEC, but I've always liked the SEC. They got physical football players, good football players, and DeAndre Kendrick. I'm gonna be curious to see how he does. I'm hoping he'll do well, and he went to Georgia, same as Matthew. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Because at some point, some of these guys are gonna have to separate themselves at camp, and I'm curious to see who they will be, because there's a lot of new defensive backs coming into the fold here. Round 7, pick 235. We picked up Montana State outside linebacker Daniel Hardy. Kind of a project, I suppose. Edge. Some people were a little disappointed we didn't go edge more in the draft, and I can see that. I don't know. It's just, I feel we do have a lot of young pieces. I'm very interested to see how Chris Garrett performs. I would like to see him play a lot more this year, because I think he's going to be really, really good. I really do. And we got Justin Hollins, we got Terrell Lewis, who played very well. He just gets injured a lot, man. It's unfortunate. Maybe he can play more of a reserve role till like the playoff time, and then we can just unleash him. That would be the ideal thing to do. Kind of keep him healthy until playoff time, and just unleash him then. Is kind of how I would do it. But I don't know. They didn't go a whole lot with that. Maybe they will with some of these undrafted guys. Maybe they'll sign a few undrafted edge rushers, but Daniel Hardy, don't know anything about this guy. Hopefully, I'll learn more here soon, but he's probably going to be a special teams contributor at this point. But, welcome to the team, Montana State. Then round 7, pick 253, we picked Kansas State safety, Russ Yeast. Another defensive back. So, we'll see how this guy does. We're loading up with the defensive backs. Hopefully, we'll see if any of them stand out. And then lastly, we got a Michigan State offensive tackle, AJ Archie, round 7, pick 261 out of Michigan State. Mountain of a man. Look at that. Kind of intrigued. This is the Rams seem to like to get at least one developmental offensive lineman in the draft. It seems like, so I could see them kind of working with him. Him kind of, as a backup, swing tackle maybe. So we'll see. I like that. He's a big dude, man. So hopefully we'll see what he can bring to the table. I know we got a lot of we do actually have some promising guys on the O line on the tackle position. We got We got Note Boom. We got Alaric Jackson. He only played remember the one game in Baltimore. I actually liked how he played there, so kind of excited to see how he does. We got Ankrum too. Don't know if maybe he's fallen behind a little bit, but I don't know. But we'll see. But that's just our new crop of guys. So welcome to the team. And we'll see who stands out in this year's training camp. So and see how they get mixed in with some of the undrafted guys here, that are sure to come shortly. Jesus. All right, but that's gonna be it for now, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next video. And as always, go Rams.